Good evening. Welcome to the Buck Stops here. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the program this evening, the former Army Chief General VK Singh joins the BJP. Along with him, approximately 40 ex-servicemen, some quite senior, joined the general in support. Many of them are likely to join the BJP as well. The big question, the ex-Army Chief General VK Singh joins the BJP. Are the armed forces a bankable political constituency in these elections? But first, some news coming in. The government continues to explore all avenues to push through a series of bills, including anti-corruption bills, through ordinances, which would have to be sanctioned by the president to go through. There have been indicators that President Pranab Mukherjee may be reluctant to push through these ordinances, which are normally an emergency method to push through legislation, which in any case will need to be ratified by the next government that comes to power. Today, the Law Minister and the Home Minister called on the President to look at where President Mukherjee stood on the issue. Joining me for more details on this, my colleague Sunil Prabhu. Sunil, it appeared that the President was unlikely to endorse ratifying any of these proposals which come to him, these ordinances. Is there any change in where he stands or anything that we've heard to that effect?
Well, I think, Vishnu, the word you used is most appropriate, reluctant, and I think that's exactly that indications are coming from Rashtrapati Bhavan. Of course, as you rightly said, the two top ministers of the UPA government, Mr. Sushil Kumar Shinde as well as Mr. Kapil Sibal, called on the President to ascertain his views. The Prime Minister was expected, but he sent his two ministers. They then, of course, conferred with the Congress President as well as with the Prime Minister. And a co-group is expected to take place tomorrow before that cabinet meeting. But all indications are that they are unlikely to go ahead and push that ordinance route because there will be a huge negative political backlash, apart from, of course, the reluctance of President Pranab Mukherjee. The other reason being it's officially listed in the cabinet in the sense that it was not taken up the last time round, and all it requires is the cabinet secretary to move it at the last minute in tomorrow's evening's cabinet meeting. But nevertheless, the stage is set. The Prime Minister, as you're well aware, leaves on the 3rd for Myanmar, and we are expecting the Election Commission announcement to take place on the 4th and really set the stage for the schedule for the 16th Lok Sabha.
All right, Sunil, we leave it there. Thanks very much for joining us. Indicators, therefore, remain that the President unlikely to ratify these ordinances. Thanks very much for joining us with those details. Let's quickly move on to the big story today. He's the most controversial army chief in India's history, who just a few months back had shunned political parties. But now General VK Singh has joined the BJP. The big question, are former generals or the armed forces community by and large a bankable political constituency?
Almost 2 years into his retirement, following a very public, unseemly spat with the UPA government, former Army Chief General VK Singh today joined the BJP. Dogged by several controversies that began with him dragging the government to court over his age row, making him the first serving Army Chief to do so, General Singh had first indicated his leanings towards the BJP when he shared the stage with Narendra Modi at a rally of ex-servicemen in Haryana last September. He says he decided to join the BJP as he believes it's a nationalist party. In October, the general had ruled out joining the BJP, saying that he was firmly behind veteran activist Anna Hazare in his crusade against corruption. Clearly, there's been a change of heart.
हम सब लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ कदम से कदम मिलाकर आगे बढ़े हैं ताकि हम उनके साथ मिलकर राष्ट्र निर्माण में, राष्ट्र हित में, राष्ट्र की ताकत को बढ़ाने में और एक ऐसी सरकार लाने में मदद कर सकें जो स्थायी हो, ताकतवर हो और राष्ट्र हित के फैसले ले सके.
And General Singh was not alone. 40 other retired officers of the armed forces, several of them of the rank of general, also joined the BJP today.
The defense of the country right now is in a very dire straits, and you require a strong government.
We are not involved in any decision making of concerning defense security.
Significantly, this comes just days after the UPA government cleared the one rank, one pension scheme, a long-standing demand of ex-servicemen.
सिंध और अपना सबमरीन के सबमर्ज करने के कारण, उसके डूब जाने के कारण जो हादसा हुआ और जो मुझे जानकारी प्राप्त हुई, शर्म के साथ मेरा मस्तक झुक गया. वन रैंक वन पेंशन की मांग, 2009 में अडवाणी जी ने उठाई थी सबसे पहले संसद में, मुझे मालूम है.
Even as both the BJP and the Congress go all out to woo the armed forces ahead of the Lok Sabha polls, the number of retired defence officers taking the political plunge is unprecedented. The officers say it is time to become a part of and change the political system that has consistently let them down. With Nitin Gokhale, New Delhi, Neha Khanna for NDTV.
Well, the big question, therefore, where is this all going? A lot of support for the BJP from the armed forces retired community. Is this a bankable political constituency? We've heard Narendra Modi reach out to this constituency in the past, though many would say that the Congress party with the one rank, one pay decision has done a lot for this constituency as well. What is the significance of General V.K. Singh joining the BJP? Well, joining us now to debate this, Lieutenant General P.C. Katoch. Thanks very much, sir, for being with us. Air Marshal Dr. R.C. Bajpai joins us as well. The Air Marshal joined the BJP as well today. And with me in the studio to offer a contrarian view, General Rameshwar Roy. Thanks very much for being with us. Randeep Singh Surjewala, spokesperson of the Congress party, with me, and I expect Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP to join me momentarily. General Katoch, there is a bit of confusion as far as the support that General V.K. Singh has, as far as many leaders joining the BJP. The numbers initially suggested that there would be 100 or more ex-servicemen who would join the BJP. Ultimately, that number was much lower. Could you give us some clarity on how many actually joined the BJP? You didn't. You were a supporter and you remain one.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. I'm not aware how you got the number of 100. In fact, I also saw some 92 or something. And I'd gone basically to support General V.K. Singh. But it was good to have ex-chief and general officer coming into politics. So I really can't put a finger on what exactly was the number. That I guess you'll have to ask the BJP headquarters.
You don't have any intentions of joining a political party yourself. You've just gone as a friend and a supporter.
Well, as a retired officer, I am open.
You are open?
Of course.
So the party needs to therefore approach you?
No, I will put it this way. Till you are serving in the army, you are a political army. Once you have retired, you are like a normal national. You have your views, you have your experience.
It's not difficult for you to make that adjustment?
Why
sir?
not?
Why is it difficult? Close to 4 decades, you have been trained and motivated to just look at the nation, no political party, the nation, that's it.
Yeah.
And now you need to endorse a political party and stand for a political party and what it represents. Is it not difficult for you to change that thinking?
No, I don't think it is difficult as long as you understand what nation building implies. And I think every citizen has got a role there. And by virtue of you being in the military, you are actually physically strong, you are young, you have ideas, you can contribute to the nation building.
So why should you not contribute? A possible political career later on?
Why not?
Right? Fair enough. General Roy, do you agree?
Vishnu, the issue is that it is not the numbers who join a particular political party or not. The issue is that army, as far as nation is concerned, it has got the highest of the credibility and highest the image. So if it links with a particular political party, it is conveying a larger message than the numbers that matter. However, I hold a very strong view that going by the apolitical nature of the Indian army in the country right since independence, for these apolitical army members, even after retirement, to align themselves with one political party or the other is not really correct.
Why?
The reason is that in the organization of the army, in the eyes of the nation, whether a soldier is retired or he is serving, his protocol and the image by and large
he remains
what it was while in the service. When he attends any of the functions, the precedence of sitting and other things are also followed the same way.
It's an interesting point that he makes. Your image is that of a soldier, so it always will be. Once a doctor, always a doctor. Once a soldier, once a officer, Jawan, always that.
So can I chip in?
Yes, sir.
If I'm not wrong, I think 30 US presidents were former military. You look at the Congress, you have Amrinder Singh.
Sir, but different sensibilities.
Listen, you have Amrinder Singh, you have Rajesh Pilot, you have Kalmadi.
Sure.
Now this question never rose earlier.
I'm not sure it didn't rise earlier, but I think it's coming now.
No, you see,
it's a fair question, sir.
Now it is coming that you know that you are becoming politicized.
Yes.
The question is, if you are going to get into national building, and you want to contribute via politics, you have to join a particular party. So how are you getting politicized? I don't understand that, and I don't agree with it.
Fair enough.
Entirely.
I just wanted to bring in Randeep Singh Surjewala. Mr. Surjewala, let's just look at VK Singh. Without doubt, the most controversial army chief that we've had. The relationship between the defense ministry and the army chief's office was at the lowest that we've ever seen, perhaps, in independent India. He now joins the BJP, and with him comes the support of a sizable number of ex-servicemen. Many of them may not have joined the BJP, but many of them say that they have no problem, like General Katoch, in joining a political body. They feel they've translating their work, which they did during their career of nation building, into what they do now after they've retired.
Vishnu, let me begin by saying that every Indian, including all members of Congress party, love and respect our army. And army has had a tradition of being completely a neutral, completely apolitical, and away from fundamentalism. If there is any wing of the Indian polity that represents the secular credentials of our polity, it is the Indian Army. And irrespective of individuals joining, while we respect their privacy and independence to join a political unit, normally army journals, whoever have or army officers who have taken
so you have a problem with them joining the BJP because the Congress continues to question the secular credentials of the BJP. You had no problem with them joining the Congress.
Vishnu, Kwe Journal VK Singh, I only want to say one thing. We all know about the running age row that he had with the government that no army journal ever had. We also know the allegations of bribery that he leveled and the letter that he wrote to the Prime Minister. We also know the details of Technical Services Division that he exposed, which were a matter of national security. And I want to remind you here, I have an article saying where the BJP leader of opposition has itself accused him for breach of discipline. And I want to read 2 lines of what the BJP's view was about him in December 2012. And they said, BJP on Wednesday, this is of 8th March 2012, faulted the journal for breach of discipline. BJP was equally critical of Army Chief for not pursuing the bribe offer case and writing a letter to Prime Minister. The decision to write a letter is always fraught with the possibility, even if 1%, that it may be leaked at some point in time, Mrs. Savraj said. She also wondered why General Singh had not immediately got the officer who offered him rupees 14 crore bribe arrested. BJP is also of the opinion that writing such a letter to PM is breach of discipline. I leave it to Bharatiya Janata Party to
Meenakshi Lekhi respond to that.
Turn around and
Sushma Swaraj has criticized the general in the past, and now that's changed. Obviously, what's changed?
No, nothing has changed. What Ms. Swaraj seems to have said may not be right, because what you're quoting today is from a newspaper. I don't know which newspaper. And in the past, we have seen how newspaper stories have been planted and how certain people have been named. I don't know what is the credential of the journalist who's putting this. We've seen in the case of Rambo. We've seen later in the case of 400 crores.
Meenakshi, with all due respect, shooting the messenger, you know, I mean, come on, why don't we accept that as being a...
Mrs. Swaraj has not stated. Mrs. Swaraj has not stated. I will have to go back and check with her. And I don't believe the newspaper stories, because in my experience, newspaper stories have been
let's ask, Randeep, do you have a source for that
people.
quote? Randeep, do you have a source for that quote in front of you now?
Absolutely. It is the DNA newspaper and it's right here.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, first my friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party says Mrs. Savraj is wrong, and now she says Mrs. Savraj has not said.
Mrs. Swaraj
what
is wrong,
correct?
meaning you are citing her wrong. You are citing her wrong. You are citing her wrong.
Why
and I will
cite
have
her
to go
wrong?
back and
No, but Randeep,
because that's your business. You are in the business of guibelism. Haven't you been citing Mr. Modi wrong for 10 years?
No.
That's your practice. I don't need a certificate.
Madam, Mr.
I think
Modi
the
refuses
Janta of the
to
Gujarat has
answer
given,
snooping charges of women.
Janta of Gujarat has given you
Mr.
the
Modi
answer. Now India
refuses
will
to
give you the
answer very serious allegations and conversations of Amit Shah that were released in public. Till date, even Amit Shah has not denied them.